We are a federal country. We have one constitution. We have 26 small pieces. They have different laws between the others. We have one central government. That one is the Bundesrat. And of course we have a parliament. But every canton have his own government. The canton Zurich, the canton Zug, the canton Aargau, the canton Lucerne, and now we are in Obwalden. You know what's mean a canton? It's different than carton, okay? Canton.
Próxima estación Grindelwald. Final de trayecto. Señores pasajeros, ya pueden bajar. Nos alegra que hayan contado con nosotros. Les agradecemos su visita y les deseamos que disfruten del día.
Canton is our organization system. We are a federal country and we have 26 different cantons. They are very small, really, if you compare with the states, for example, in US. Is very, very small governments. For that one, we live in a multicultural country because remember, our country have this 4 official language, and for that one, we have this special system. Like, why is it special? I will tell you in a minute. Querida gente linda, recuerden que nuestro país son 26 pedacitos que se llaman cantones, que funcionan igual que los departamentos de Colombia o los estados en México también. Recuerden que, o en Argentina también, recuerden que funcionamos así y tenemos una constitución, pero cada cantón tiene distintas leyes. Y además tenemos un gobierno central que se llama Bundesrat. Y ese gobierno central además tiene un parlamento. Así es nuestra división. Pero es un poquito especial, pero yo les voy a contar. Really, it's very close to the Mediterranean Sea, and this one is the second movement. It's the second blanket who move. For that one, they are pre-Alps, but we will go to the Alps. For that one, don't worry, you will be on the Alps. Querida gente linda, lo que ven alrededor son los pre-Alpes, no son los Alpes, pero nosotros vamos a la mitad de los Alpes. Recuérdenlo. Vamos a estar ahí en las partes, casi en las partes más altas de los Alpes, casi, pero vamos a estar muy cerquita. Pero recuerden que los Alpes se produjeron por el movimiento de las placas tectónicas y estos son un segundo manto que se levantó. Recuerden los mantos, no sé si a alguien le gusta la geología, pero recuerden que estas se formaron por el choque de las placas tectónicas de la placa continental europea con la placa continental africana, además de un movimiento en la placa de subyucción que está entre las dos. Por eso se levantó y aparecieron estas lindas y hermosas montañas. Pero este es un segundo movimiento y recuerden que los Alpes son no las más antiguas, tienen 38 millones de años, lo cual es poquito para una cordillera. Recuerden que los Andes son más antiguos, 155.000 años y algunos lugares 300.000 años de movimiento terrestre. Por eso es un poquito diferente. Yo le hablo de los Andes porque creo que nuestros contertulios tienen los Andes en su país. No recuerdo qué país son los de habla hispana, pero para que sepan. Entonces, recuerden que esos movimientos se produjeron anteriormente. Lo mismo los Himalayas. And beautiful people, something you have to know, we cross 5 cantons. Cruzamos 5 cantones. Recuerden que se dice lago, no sí, Well, C is,
Sí.
for you, is completely different than us.
Sí.
But we say stay to the sea.
Sí.
Well, nice people, I tell you, we have this special government because we are in a multicultural country. And it's important, you know, in our country, we don't have only one president, we have 7 people in charge. It's not only one. Recuerden que nuestro país tiene 7 personas a cargo. El Bundesrat.
ተነጠለው እንዴት ሪከርድ እናድርገኛል?
ተነጠለ ተመችቶኛል።
እንዴት ሪከርድ እናድርግ?
ወይኔ በደንብ ዋለ።
የሚያወራው ይሰማል? ገብቷል? የሚያወራው ገብቷል? ሚዩት አደረግሽ? ከዛ ያወራል።
እና ታዲያ ማን ህዝብ ልበል እንደ ጆሮዬ ላይ ነው ያለው። እስጥህ አንዱ ከነ ድምፁ ጋር ኦሪጂናል ድምፁ የሚለው በሙሉ
መጥፎ ነገር ከሌለው ካላለ ወይ ማየው ነገር ካልገባበት ነገር ማየው ነገር አላወራም። ግን እንዴት ነው እንትን ላይ ነው ሪያሊዜሽን ላይ ነው? አሁን ሪያሊዜሽን የሚለውን ሳየው ስሙን ቶሎ እንትን የማደርገው ነው ኮንክሉድ የማደርገው የሆነ ቡዲስት የሆነ ሰው ቻናል ነው የማስበው። የቡዲስት አለብሽ የሆነ ሪያሊዜሽን ምናምን የምን ሪያሊዜሽን
ምን አገባ የቡዲስት
ተገለጠልሽ?
Well, beautiful people, I tell you, we have 7 people in charge. Now we start to climb the Bruning Pass, and it's important you know something. In our country, we have a president, but really the president is more like an ambassador, because the real government is 7 people, and these 7 people, they turn the title of ambassador, well, president, every year. But really they are not a real president, because the idea of our country is a multicultural country, no? And we are a multicultural country, and what we need? A multicultural government. For that one is 7 people in charge, and that 7 people in charge turn this idea of president or title of president, but really solely for go to the cocktails and the apero in the other countries. Is the year of the champagne, they say, like a joke, because really you do the relations. For that one is more like an ambassador to visit the other countries and have good relations with all the countries around you, and of course out of Europe. It's very, very important you understand too, our country have this idea of multicultural government, because I tell you, in Zurich we have one part speak French, the other part speak Italian, and a small piece of the country speak Reto-Romanish, and the biggest part of Switzerland speak German, but really we speak Swiss German. We don't speak German. The official language is German, but we have different varieties of Swiss German dialects. It's like 10 official dialects, but 20 total dialects. For that one, it's a little different this country, and of course, for example, the Italian side is not too big, look like, but it's not. But we have more German speakers. Querida gente linda, como les decía, nuestro gobierno es un gobierno multicultural. Entonces necesitamos 7 personas a cargo, y con eso también tenemos menos corrupción, porque mayor cantidad de personas en el poder produce un poquito más de corrupción, y el poder se lleva a una sola persona. Entonces lo que intentamos es distribuir el poder, porque ustedes bien saben que nuestro país tiene un sector que es francófono, otro sector que es italiano, de habla italiana, que no es italiano, sino que es de habla italiana. En el lado de este sector se habla suizo-alemán, pero el idioma oficial es alemán. Ojo con eso, tenemos 10 tipos de dialectos oficiales y son 20 más o menos los diferentes. Y además hay un lugar que se habla reto-románisch. Eso es para que entiendan por qué nuestro país necesita este gobierno especial de 7 personas. Además que hay menos corrupción, por supuesto, porque cada uno controla al otro. Sí tenemos un presidente, pero ese presidente no se elige, sino que es parte del Bundesrat y se turnan el poder cada año. Pero no es poder, en verdad, es el título, porque es la persona que representa al país. Now, look at to your right. That one is the Lurgensee. A la derecha tenemos el lago de Lurgen. This one really is like a dam. Es mucho más como una represa. No es un lago propiamente tal, because it's an artificial lake. It's the lake of Lurgen. And if you see, don't have many water now. But of course you know why it don't have many water, because now the snow start to melt. And when the snow is melt, many water come here, and we produce electricity in this place. And we need have a little bit more reserve for know how many water will fall from the mountains. And of course, this one, the spring, is a very rainy season. For that one, you have many lucky, beautiful people. The weather is good. Yesterday rained at night, but probably you don't know it. But in this area, for that one, beautiful people around you, you will see this nice lake. And the color of the lake is special. Why? Because all the minerals come from the mountains and the sediments give this Turkish color. Querida gente linda, el color viene por las montañas, que al derretirse la nieve trae un montón de sedimento y ese sedimento se queda en el fondo y le da ese color especial turquesa. start to climb the Bruning Pass. But please open your eyes here, because I need only Pacific hunters, because this is the area we can see some wildlife. But please, if you see an animal like a Steinbock, Gemse, Lux, or Fuchs, please scream. You're allowed to do it. But if you see a cow, don't scream, because we have 1 million cows. For that one, and it's like we are 9 million peoples, 1 million cow is like the 10% of the population, you know? For that we have many. But if you see an animal, please try to scream. The Steinbock is the Ibex, the Lux is the Lynx, the Gemse is the Rebeco. You don't have a translation in English, only in Italian and Spanish. It's and in French, Rebecca. And open your eyes, because here is the area of that. And if you pay attention, probably we will see these beautiful animals. And of course we have Vogel, like bird. That ones are like normally Ule, or like different fox, o sea, so hawks and eagles. For that, pay attention around. Pongan atención, porque seguramente van a ver Steinbock, que son los ibises. The Steinbock, probably you know, is the goat with big horns. It's different than the Capricorn, or Capricorn is with the horns down, but they are not in this area. They are in Switzerland, but in the border with France. Los otros son los Capricornios, pero seguramente ustedes los conocen, pero esos no son de aquí, son del borde con Francia. And the animal probably you saw in Instagram, who are in the cliff, that one is the Gemse, the Rebeco, who are very good for climb. That ones are the best climbers in Switzerland. And well, and Olistec, the Swiss machine. Pero también recuerden que los rebecos son estos animales que salen en Instagram, que están como colgando de los cliff. Pero pongan atención, porque en una de esas vemos, así que con todos sus ojos lo vamos a lograr. For that one, open your eyes and you will see we will start to see the waterfalls will be in the right side. And now look at the Lurgense on the right side. Ahí alcanzamos a ver un poquito el lago de Lurgen. But please pay attention now to the right side. Pongan atención a la derecha y también al waterfall. We will start to see beautiful waterfalls. It's only the first one. Es solo la primera. But pay attention. Probably some of you start to see around here the forest. We have many forests in Switzerland, really. 33% of the country is forest. But probably some of you recognize some trees, because many of these trees are not from Switzerland. But why do you think we have many trees here and they are not from Switzerland? ¿Por qué será que tenemos un 33% de bosque, pero muchos de los bosques que ustedes ven no son endémicos ni nativos, sino que son de otros países? Because probably if you are from Norway, you can see many of these trees in your country. And if you are from Canada and from US too. Si se fijan bien, hay muchos árboles de sus países. Y probablemente si son de Canadá o Estados Unidos o de Noruega, van a ver muchos de estos árboles y los van a reconocer. Because in Switzerland we cut 95% of the forest in the path. 95% of the forest. Why? Because Switzerland was very poor. For many people, it's impossible to understand this country was very poor. But the truth is we was very poor. Why we was very poor? Because our country don't have many resources. We don't have many resources. We was like a farming country only, and of course we use our forest for build stuff. The carpenters in Switzerland, they are very good. But the problem with that was it's like we produce a big erosion in our country. When I tell you big, it's very big. We have to evacuate many towns because the rocks are full. Slime mud was horrible, really. Imagine this. 5 years ago, we have to evacuate complete Lauterbrunnen. Only 5 years ago. It's not a long time ago. And the damage was because we produce that damage. Imagine that. We destroy completely our ecosystem. For that one, you know, in Switzerland we have only one national park with big trees, very old, because if you see around, they are big, but they are not old. Check the trunk. And you can see on the right side now the typical construction from Switzerland. This one is the Chalet Bernese in the left side. Querida gente linda, acabamos de ver también un Chalet Bernese because we are now in the Canton Bern. For that one is Bernese. Y ahora ven a ver a la derecha otro más, otro Chalet Bernese. Because remember, we have the Swiss Chalet, and this one, like in the right side, es the Chalet Bernese. Como ven ahí a la derecha tenemos los Chalet Bernese because we are in the Canton Bern, and this one is the central canton of Switzerland, and where is our government. Aquí está el cantón central de Suiza y donde está el gobierno. But really, it's not the capital. Como ustedes bien saben, no es la capital. Don't trust in Wikipedia, because in our system we don't have a capital, really. En nuestro sistema no tenemos una capital. But well, let's go back to the forest. We have to reforest the country completely because the erosion was too high and was really horrible, guys, because we have many problems because our country was not completely destroyed but close, especially the farming areas. And for that one we have to start to reforest our country. Querida gente linda, lo que les explicaba en inglés, nosotros destruimos el 95% de nuestro bosque y tuvimos que reforestarlo en su mayoría. Por eso la mayoría de los árboles no son de aquí. Entonces fue tanto el daño en el ecosistema que tuvimos que evacuar pueblos enteros. Incluso Lauterbrunnen, si ustedes se fijan, lo tuvimos que evacuar porque hace 5 años cayeron demasiadas piedras y fue un poco terrible eso. Tuvimos que evacuar completamente el pueblo y eso fue muy malo, demasiado. Entonces, para que vean el daño ecológico que produjimos y cómo lo tuvimos que revertir replantando. Por eso Suiza solo tiene un parque nacional. Y si se fijan, los árboles son relativamente grandes, pero no tienen el tronco ancho porque no son antiguos. And look at now to the right, you will see the defense we have to put in everywhere because many rocks are full. Como vieron ahí a la derecha teníamos unas rejas, las tenemos ahora de nuevo porque muchas rocas caen. ¿Se fijan el daño ecológico? ¿Cuán grande fue? Eso es para que entiendan más o menos ¿qué pasa aquí? ¿Y por qué Suiza tuvo que volver a ser reforestado? And now pay attention to the left. Cameras on. Aquí todas las cámaras prendidas a la izquierda. Pongan atención a la izquierda, porque vamos a ver un waterfall. Vamos a ver una cascada. 300 meters left side. There you have WeChat, Instagram, Facebook. Somebody got Facebook, huh? I think it's died. Well, died Facebook. But look at to your left. 300 meters of waterfall. A la izquierda 300 metros de cascada. I promise you many waterfalls. They are not the Niagara Falls, but they are beautiful. Beautiful people. Gente linda. But you know, in Switzerland we are very good for storage stuff, no? In Zurich we storage money. 386 banks. And that banks are not from Switzerland. That's very funny. We have like 60 banks more from Switzerland. We storage money. And in the French speaker side of Switzerland, we storage another thing. Probably some of you know. It's very important, really. We storage something probably some of you know. We storage seeds. We have this bigger bank of seeds in the world. For that, don't trust in Facebook when they tell you it's in Norway. It's not true. It's in Switzerland. Because we reproduce seeds, and your countries come here to buy the seeds. For example, you know, in Peru, they have like 5,552 kinds of potatoes, and we have all that potatoes in Switzerland, but we cannot grow in that potatoes because we don't have the same conditions. But we reproduce the potatoes. The other thing, for example, in Mexico they have different kinds of maize. We have all that maize, but we cannot plant in here because in Mexico they have good conditions for different kinds of maize. That one is good, no? Or in India they have different kinds of mangoes. We have all the mangoes here, but we cannot plant that mangoes. But your countries come here to buy the seeds. But we have, and we storage another thing. You know what we storage here?
No.
Don't tell me chocolate and cheese and watches and gold, because if you make a hold in Zurich, probably you will find gold. The problem, the police will come in 10 seconds, probably less. For that one, don't make a hole in Zurich. But look at again the waterfall, left side. Ahí tenemos la cascadita de nuevo a la izquierda. But what we storage? Very important for human life. Querida gente linda, como les decía, en Zurich guardamos dinero, sobre todo de dictadores, pero ahora se sabe porque ya no hay secreto bancario. Guardamos dinero. Tenemos 386 bancos que no son suizos y 60 bancos suizos. Además, guardamos semillas porque tenemos el laboratorio más grande de reproducción de semillas del mundo. Por eso la mayoría de sus países vienen a comprar semillas acá, incluso semillas endémicas. Por ejemplo, esos bellos maíz o choclo, como le dicen en el sur del mundo al maíz, el choclo. Hay distintos tipos como el azul, el morado, todas las papas de Perú, por ejemplo tipos de yuca. Hay muchos diferentes, incluso todos los tipos de piñas de Colombia, de las ananá, y vienen a comprarlos acá. Nosotros los reproducimos aquí. Pero hay otra cosa más que guardamos, muy importante para la vida humana. What's the other thing with storage here on Switzerland? What can be? What's with storage here? Can be milk. 1 million cows is a lot of milk. And remember, we create the powder milk. The guy who made it, probably you know him, is Nestle. But we storage something here, very important for human life, and the most important thing is not only for us. What we storage here on Switzerland? Somebody know?
Water.
I will tell you. And the real responsible for storage this is the forest. Because I tell you, we have a lot of erosion, but if you have forest, the forest, what they do? Drain the water to the napas, to the underground lake, and they control the flow of the rivers. The forest is the green sponge, and we storage water in the glaciers, and we storage water in the lakes. We have close to 1,000 lakes. Of course, we have 7,000 reservoirs, but the real place, the real place we storage something is in the underground, is the water. The forest is responsible to drain the water in the underground, and that one is the real goal of Switzerland in this moment. Because with the global warming, with the climate change, Germany, France, and of course Italy, they don't have many water. The last 2 years, the summers was completely hot and dry. And for the agriculture, that one is very bad, and for the human consume is very bad either. For that one, Switzerland have a compromise with the European Union to give water to our neighbors. We are not part of the European Union. That's something you have to know. We are not part of the European Union. But we are good neighbors, you know? Sometimes we are good people, sometimes. But we try to help our neighbors. For that one, we have this compromise, and we have to reforest our country more and more and more. Now you understand why it's important the forest? It's the same in your countries, beautiful people. In Zurich, we pull down 2 Celsius grade the temperature with the forest. 2 Celsius grade.
stuff.
ገጠር ማለት ገጠር
Yeah.
ማለት ነው።
ሞዚስ በጣም ገራሚ እኛ ሩቅ ነው። ትሬን ምናምን እንደዚህ ውድ ነው አይደል? እንደዚህ ዋጋ ነው።
አዎ ውድ ነው። ችግር የለውም አታስብ ነው አንተ።
አይ ነገሩን ነው የምልሽ።
ሰው መጥቶ ኮምፕሌን አድርጎ ነው የሚሄደው።
አዎ
ይዘርፈዋል። እኛ የማስቲካ
ግራንድ ሮተሪ ያጠራቅመዋል። እኛ አሁን መጣ ቢዩን ይመጣ ነው ቢዩን ይመጣ ነው መጣ
But now look at to the left side. That one is the Triensensee. Well, beautiful people, I tell you, you need to take care of your forest. Because the forest is the responsible to take the humidity and make easy your life in the cities, for example. We have a big program in the University of Zurich, and we work in Colombia, and we try to help them to plant a lot of trees around in the cities for pull down the temperature, because there is very high the temperature, not in Bogota, but in some cities, and that one is like a pilot project, and we made it in Zurich. For that one, I recommend you guys take care of the forest in your country. For example, in US was very sad, the big fires you have not a long time ago. And the problem with that is like the roots are very dry.